Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome to Senior Form Mathematics on complex numbers. We are now looking at combined addition and subtraction of complex numbers, and we are on number 5. Example 5 says, if z1 is 4 plus I, z2 is 4i, z3 is 2i minus 2, and z4 is negative 2i plus 4. Find z1 minus z2 minus z3. So part A on the solution would be, since they're saying z1 minus z2 minus z3, we need to substitute for z1. What is z1? z1 is 4 plus I minus z2. What is z2? z2 is 4i, which is a single term. So there's no need for us to put the bracket. So we just say minus 4i. And then again minus z3. What is z3? z3 has two terms. So we need to keep the brackets. Open the brackets and say 2i minus 2. Then this equals to, let me keep this part the same. Negative 1 times 2i, that is negative 2i. Negative times negative positive, so here we shall have plus 2. And then this becomes, let's collect the real parts together. And the real parts are 2, that is 4. And these are the 2, that is 4 plus 2. And then the imaginary parts, here we have I, which is positive, so plus I, minus 4i is negative, then minus 2i, which is negative. This is equals to 4 plus 2 is 6. I minus 4i is negative 3i. Negative 3i minus 2i is negative 5i. And then going to part B, that says z4 plus z2. Part B says z4 plus z2 minus z3. So we shall say equals to, we need to substitute for z4. z4 is negative 2i plus 4. So negative 2i plus 4. And then what about z2? We are adding plus z2, which is simply plus 4i, and we are subtracting z3, for which there are two terms. So we open the brackets and we say 2i minus 2. So let me simplify the brackets. Let me keep negative 2i the same, given plus 4 plus 4i. Negative 1 times 2i is negative 2i. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Collecting the like terms, let me begin with the imaginary parts. I have here negative 2i. I have positive 4i, so plus 4i. And again I have negative 2i, so minus 2i. And then adding the real parts, that is 4 is positive plus 2 as it is positive. What is negative 2i plus 4i? It gives us positive 2i. Positive 2i minus 2i, it gives us 0i. Gives us 0i. And then plus 4 plus 2, 6. Plus 6. What is 0i? That is 0. Therefore, the answer for z4 plus z2 minus z3 is, and then finally going to part C, that is z3 minus z4 plus z2 equals to, what is z3? z3 is 2i minus 2. So I'll say here 2i minus 2. But I'm subtracting z4. And z4 is negative 2i plus 4. Since there are two terms, I open the bracket, negative 2i plus 4. And then finally we are adding z2. What is z2? Simply 4i. So here plus 4i. This gives us here 2i minus 2. Negative 1, we have an imaginary 1 here, times negative 2i, gives us positive 2i. Negative 1 times positive 4, negative 4. Then we continue to add 4i. Collecting the imaginary parts first, we shall have 2i plus 2i, 2i plus 2i, and then plus 4i. And now the real part here we have negative 2, and then here we have negative 4 minus 4. What is 2i plus 2i? 4i. 4i plus 4i gives us the 8i. What is negative 2 minus 4? Is negative 6. So this is the solution for example 5 on combine, addition and subtraction of complex numbers.